landlord is not known and has never stepped on that piece of land, the occupants, the bona fide and lawful, can apply to get their certificates of title. And that is in the law, the Registration of Titles Act, but it had never been used before. That's why I wrote to the Attorney General to seek his guidance, and he gave us a go-ahead as a ministry, and we are going to work out modalities of making sure that we implement the guidance that was given to us, but also looking at the law. Because at first or previously, what I found out, fraudsters were using that loophole to grab all title land which does not belong to them, because an owner has never stepped on that piece of land, all is not known. So in such cases, somebody will misrepresent or present themselves as the sons or grandsons or relatives of the purported owner. And in that process, they would get letters of administration, go to courts, get powers to be registered as owners, and they end up taking land which does not belong to them. So we are guided, and I think we are moving in the right direction. And we believe that this will help us basically in areas where there are absentee landlords, but also in areas where we have blue pages. Because blue pages have been existing for so many years. And some of those blue pages, it is very difficult to trace the family, but also the original owners. Some went and died somewhere without even knowing or leaving somebody who would know that actually they had land. And those pieces of land have people who have been seated on them for 50 years, 70 years, 90 years. We need to be fair. And at least we have a law of the limitation of 12 years, which I talked about. If a claim has not come up for 12 years, why should we keep such kind of records to make sure that maybe we encourage fraud? Why should we keep those records? If there are people and truly we can identify them and they are known by the LCs, by the leaders in the area, then they are free to go through the process. And we shall also add other additional measures to make sure that at least we eliminate encroachers and grabbers. Because we might open it, then encroachers come sit on a land for a year and they claim I have been on this land for 12 years or above. But we shall find a way of verifying and also rectifying what is happening right now. The multiple offices, I believe, it is a coordinated effort because of what is happening right now. It's like a coordinated effort because personally in the lands ministry, I may not be in position to go on ground everywhere and investigate what is taking place. But these offices and task forces which are created, they can be assigned under our supervision to go, investigate, and bring reports. Then we sit in a boardroom and caucus and see the best way forward in as far as managing and resolving land issues or disputes is concerned. And where we are finding challenges and where we are getting complaints of people who feel that these task forces, other offices which are handling land have not been fair to them, definitely as a ministry, we listen and we also handle some of those complaints, especially those complaints which are not before the courts of law. But even if they are in courts of law, we engage the Chief Justice and the Principal Judge to see that this other third party or a person who is not satisfied with what court has decided gets a fair hearing or a review is done by the courts of law. We usually ask them to look into the matter and see how best these people can be handled. Then he talked about MZOs suffocating the district land boards. MZOs, their work is land registration and administration. The district land boards, their work is specific according to the Constitution and the Land Act. Managing public land, all former public land. That's what they do, the district land boards. And there is an elaborate process of how that public land can be managed. Meaning that from the area land committee, the file goes to the district land board. And an area land committee is a committee that sits, inspects, and makes a public notice that this is land we are intending to give to so and so. The neighbors come, sit, that report is submitted to the district land board. The district land board is also expected to do the same to make sure that what has been done by the area land committee is authentic. And then the file proceeds to the physical planning and then finally to the MZO. Meaning that between that point of the area land committee and the district, the MZOs are not anywhere in the picture. Part of the process when the district cannot do a survey alone, because we have the district staff surveyors under decentralization, but also the ministry has surveyors at the MZO. So what we do, they go and support. But where the district sits, they sit and decide. When they sit and decide, the decisions they bring, actually they are the decisions that have been causing problems in some cases. And you remember I talked about it. You give land, which land has people. And for you say they are trees. We are not seeing any person on this land or any house. And people come to us say, but we have been on that piece of land for 30 years, 50 years. The district land board did not give us an opportunity. Why? And remember, the process of registration is done by the MZO. So we end up in that kind of cycle. Registration is done by the MZO, but remember the problem was misrepresented right from the area land committee, district land board. And right now that's why we are saying no. Where you suspect that things may not be right, do further due diligence as a registrar. Don't wait on your computer in the MZO. And I think that's where the district don't want us to go. But when the heat comes, it hits us more because we are the registrars. So we need to make sure that we ensure that everything that has been done before a signature is appended on a title, at least it is right information. There are no other people claiming that piece of land. And remember, we are talking about former public land and government land where districts have been participating in giving out such pieces of land. You said connivancy with the officials of the ministry to hide titles and end up taking people's land. Where the ministry officials are misbehaving, we send to the IGG or State House Anti-Corruption. And we usually get those complaints from the public and from even other stakeholders, including government institutions. Where we get such complaints and we feel there is an element of criminality, we send to those agencies of government because they have the power to investigate and prosecute. And there are so many files we have sent to the IGG and Anti-Corruption Unit. Where we feel that administrative remedies can be taken, definitely the PS is already tasked to ensure that administrative measures are taken to protect, but also help the complainants. That's what I can add. Thank you so much.